Township here. Want to pay special attention to this storm very closely. And I know I said we get off at 3. We're not going to. We're going to stay with this until this gets through this area, because when we start to see this type of rotation come back down off of this, we'll get you back to programming. But this has been a summer that these have spun up very quickly. We're going to stay with you, keep you posted here through afternoon. This is moving right down 224 right now. If we start to see that let up a little bit, we'll get you back to programming. We'll over but this is a dangerous storm moving through Mahoning County, Craig.
Yeah, Paul, that's that pretty much right that notch, right where you were kind of circling around. That is exactly where that little notch is going to be, and that's pretty much in a scary, similar way, almost exactly where we were watching this just a month ago. So the heaviest rainfall, of course, is coming out of that too.
But what is this?
Right in. Yeah, right in that Ellsworth. Right, yeah, I mean,
is that a tornado warning coming out? That's out of Pittsburgh. Okay, so that's Beaver County. They just issued a tornado warning to our south. There you go. So east of East Liverpool, that's Beaver County. So I just saw the tornado warning pop up. That's south of Midland. So that's south of the Ohio River in Pennsylvania in southern Beaver County. That's a tornado warning that was just popped up. And I'm sorry, Craig, I wanted to interrupt you. I just saw the tornado warning pop there. Go ahead.
No, you're good. It just continues to show a bigger sign of rotation every scan we get there, Paul, with that. So I would not be surprised if they threw that tornado warning in. But yeah, so if you are honestly, I think we should just kind of call this. If you're in Boardman, Canfield, towards the west side, southwest side of Youngstown, you might want to consider make sure you're in an interior level of your home now. I think it's continuing to try to spin up a little bit more. If you're looking at the velocity products on Paul, if you're looking at your velocity on Cleveland, even on our other products,
out of Pittsburgh,
pretty much right there between Ellsworth and Canfield, right on 224 once again. So if you're just south of Austintown, right in that big circle that we've been kind of pinpointing out there to you, that's exactly where we're going to be watching this. And you can kind of see, Paul has that circle. This is where I was watching on our radar scope behind here, and that's pretty much going to push right into and along that Canfield side there, right along 224, on both sides of 224. In fact, the north side and the south side of 224, coming out of Ellsworth there, just south of Austintown. Right around towards Boardman and Canfield, Paul.
Yeah, Craig, and this is a very complex situation because this would be totally rain-wrapped, and this is not in the general area that you would be looking. You would think from a tornadic standpoint but with that being said, this has been a steady, broad rotation with this that we've been watching closely here. So regardless, it's producing very heavy rainfall and dangerous lightning. We've watched a lot of cloud-to-ground strikes here this afternoon, but let's just go ahead and post you here. This is currently, it's not a tornado warning. That's in Beaver County. It's a severe thunderstorm warning for Mahoning County right now. It's not the only warning. There's still a severe thunderstorm warning for Columbiana County, but that storm is jumping the border over into Beaver County, so we're watching that closely. But right now, our warning, and the reason we're staying on the air, and we have, is until we see this let up and broaden out a little bit more, we're going to keep you covered here this afternoon. So we want you to stay alert, especially if you're in Canfield, especially if you're in Boardman, and especially if you're along 224. And I'm talking 224 north, about 2 miles, 224 south, closer to 5 or 6 miles in this area. And that does include Calla Road, West Calla, Western Reserve, Leffingwell, and 224 as this moves in, just about to jump Route 11. That would be moving across pretty much the Canfield Fairgrounds at this point here this afternoon. I'll go ahead and try to get back into some of our cameras and just real quick to give you an idea of what we're watching this afternoon as these strong storms do move on through. And that looks like very heavy rain, by the way, up in Austintown. That's going to move into Cornersburg and even Youngstown City. This is heavy rain down south over East Palestine right now, and that is going to be a strong gusty wind that's pushing into Beaver County. All right, let's just jump back out real quick to YSU, get a view of this storm here. We're starting to be able to see a little bit up underneath this storm now as it does track. Can we go ahead and turn that camera by chance to the left a little bit, Craig?
Sure.
I'd like to get a little more of a southern look at that as that moves in. Can't see a whole lot here, but this is from Oak Hill. As we look at this, maybe we can zoom this out a little, Craig, and maybe we see a little definition.
The YSU one should be moving shortly.
Okay. There we go. Thank you, Craig. Okay, so now we're starting to see some of that scud that's bouncing out ahead of that line. So this is looking right into the core of where we would want to look as far as anything that would be a possible tornadic potential. What you're looking at there is not currently a tornado, but that is Scud down underneath the storm as it moves off to the east. Excuse me. And this area of a wider rotation is right over top and near Canfield, pretty much near the fairgrounds right now. What you're looking at there is some Scud that's out ahead of the line that's pushing on through. So we're going to watch that. Again, this would be anything that would spin up on this would most likely be pretty wrapped in rain to the west as it moves on through, but you can expect some gusty wind as that slides off to the east, Greg.
Yeah, so that's the wind potential for sure continues to be right along, pretty much right into Canfield, even just south of Canfield too. Right, pretty much again, if you're on that that Leffingwell Road area, I think South Raccoon, pretty much south of 224. That's another inlet there where that could be a quick, very strong gust of wind. Also towards again south of Boardman there, maybe towards the Market Street region too. So that's what we're continuing to watch. It's still pretty bright. Signatures there on both velocity products, pretty much again right along 224 there, so that Herbert's Corners, South Raccoon to Cranfield as well. So that's exactly where we're going to continue to watch that. And you mentioned the rain wrap aspect of this as it continues to push eastwards. There's the lightning's trying to